The race to 5G is on, and the battle for talent is getting fierce. Welcome to 5G Talent Talk with Carrie Charles, a podcast dedicated to helping you face the future workforce head on. Navigate this challenging talent landscape with innovative strategies to attract, retain, and engage people in this new world of work. Only here on 5G Talent Talk with Carrie Charles, CEO of Broadstaff Talent Solutions.
Hello, and thank you for joining me today on 5G Talent Talk. My name is Carrie Charles, and I am your host or hostess, and I am absolutely thrilled to have with me today Larry Moore. He is the COO of Roaming Networks. Larry, thanks for joining me today.
No, thank you for having us. The whole roaming family thanks you, and of course, I thank you for the opportunity.
Love the roaming family, so I can't wait to hear more about it. But first, I want to hear about how you got to where you are today. And you have such an inspirational story, so please share it.
It started when I left West Virginia as a kid, with kids, trying to see what the world was going to give, or opportunities that were going to come along for me. And I started climbing towers and fell in love with the industry. And as it gave me the means and opportunities to do things for my family that most industries don't, especially not having a college degree at that point in my life. And then worked my way up from that young tower climber to a tower foreman, to a construction manager, to a project manager, to director of a market, and then a director of safety for one of the big turf vendors. And just kept blossoming. I became an ops manager for a Canadian company, and then I moved on to a VP for a company out of Georgia. And then I had the great opportunity. Roaming reached out to me and asked me to interview with them. And now today I'm sitting with you and, leading a great team in, 5 different offices just across the United States.
Wow, what a telecom success story. I absolutely love it. Right. So tell me more about roaming. And who do you serve, your services, divisions, offerings, and who you are in the U.S.?
Well, here in the U.S., roaming started in 2017. It was my CEO getting off the plane and with a vision and a goal and dreams. We started building the team out of Chicago, and then we moved on. And to this day, we're up to 5 offices in Florida and Indiana and Illinois and Texas. We're serving 3 of the carriers. We're working for a turf vendor. Our partners are just the biggest support and the one helping us grow to be a one-stop shop or turnkey contractor.
Where did roaming first start? Where was it?
Roaming? They were born in Belgrade, Serbia in 2008. And we expanded after that. Of course, we are in 10 different countries when it comes to Europe. And that's not counting the United States. They started with a vision to do things right, do them their own way, the roaming way, not, just the box cutter, cookie cutter companies that anybody or everybody might want to build, right?
Right. So I want to know more about the roaming way. What makes Roaming Networks unique?
What makes roaming unique is we take our visions and our passion and we go do things, the way that we should see them done. And it's like a closeout package. You could go out and you can buy your own closeout package and you can turn that in and most customers are going to be happy. Not at roaming. We got a software company. We built our own software. We've got our own closeout application, which a couple of the carriers are using now. And there's many of subcontractors out there that are using it. We even have project management tools. We have scoping tools that are coming up, but right now out on the market, you can do the closeout app that is just being so successful. And what's unique about it is when they started building it, we gave it to our own guys, and said, take this, see what it comes. And they all came back at 300 feet up in the air. Well, it doesn't work this way, or I need to just use it with one hand, or this feature is kind of hard when I'm on the tower. and we just kept taking those, those ideals and those theories back to our programmers, and they made the closeout app that we have today. So it's that out of box thinking that really brought me to the team and keeps me energized every day, because I don't have to do what everybody else is doing. The company will back us to do it the way we think it should be done.
What are your goals here in the US? I want to talk a little bit more about that. And what are you trying to achieve? Maybe get inside your vision a little bit.
I mean, the sky's the limit, right? I mean, I want to be the best turnkey contractor in the United States. I mean, that's the big goals. I want to make sure that we support all of our customers on, the fiber side and the tower side. The PON and RAN divisions are both growing so fast, and we have, but we're not taking our foot off the gas. We're going to continue moving forward. Getting and making a place people want to come to work. They want to be at Roaming because Roaming's doing it the right way. We're not only supporting our customers, but we're supporting our employees in their career goals.
Larry, you have had just incredible growth recently, and
It's amazing.
It's still happening, right? So
Right.
what type of growth have you experienced? And I know you've multiplied your employees just in the US, just
So just in the last 12 months, we went from 74. This morning's number, we went from 74. This morning's number was, I think, 354 employees, with topping over the 400 mark before December.
Oh my gosh, that is unbelievable. So what do you attribute that to?
I attribute it to good partners. I contribute it to the leadership and the owner and the shareholders of Roaming, their vision, their goals, how we're recruiting, how we're making sure that we get all the little things right every day, how we take care of our employees. I believe one time we talked and I was telling you about, everybody does evaluations or they, on how their employees are feeling every year and what they think. Here at Roaming, we do it once a week. Every Friday, you're going to get 3 questions. You're going to get an open box, and I want to know what these people are thinking, or all the employees are thinking, and that way we can, learn from them so we can get better as leaders. So it's very important, and then not only to get the information, but follow up on the information. So once a week after the report comes out, I'm on the phone with HR. We're talking about it, and if John Doe over here had something that he really needs to talk to them about, HR, myself, or one of my leaders will reach out to them via phone call if we're not close to them, to see if we can help and learn from the situation. That way we don't make that mistake twice with another employee.
Wow. So what are those 3 questions that you ask every week?
Well, they get mixed up. So you start sending the same thing out every week.
Right.
Everybody gets bored.
You're right. That's good. Smart.
But some of them are, how was your work week? How'd you feel? Do you feel like you had enough time to accomplish your goals for the week? Was your leadership responsive and gave you all the tools that you need to be successful that week? Just simple little things like that. But those really aren't simple questions, because that, for all of us, if we don't have things in order to get what we accomplished, and we don't have the right tools or the right education or training, we're not going to get any better. So we really take that as that's the core of Roaming, is just continuing to learn, innovate, and think outside the box, and just 1,000 miles an hour forward.
And by you doing that, it shows that you actually care, and
we
speaks
do
volumes to your team members. So,
and with you saying that, that's one of the things that me and the CEO, Nicola, have talked about plenty of times, is let's not grow so big so fast that we forget who we are, that employees become numbers and not people. Just gave I was talking to one of my project managers here in Florida this morning, and I said, we have 300 plus families that we have to look after every single day. I know it's simple to think, okay, Larry, you got a wife and two boys, and that's what you're worrying about. No, I need to worry about 354 families this morning, and we have to make sure that we do right by them.
Yes, yes. So is the culture here in the US, is it similar to the Serbian culture of roaming? I mean, is it consistent across the board? Is there anything that's unique or different?
It's very close. I mean, both countries are, the people love their country, and they love their, traditions, and the hard work, the values, the faith, and all those things are what brings Serbia and the U.S. really good together, right? I mean, U.S. is the biggest market. It was a goal from Rade, the president of our group. It was a goal of his a long time to make this happen, and him and Nicola, they're the reason roaming is in the United States. Larry just got, we'll say lucky or blessed by being able to come onto the team.
So you have incredible diversity. In fact, you have team members all over the world from how many countries again?
We got over 11 countries, but
Okay.
just here in the United States, we have 16 different nationalities working for us right now.
Wow. Unbelievable. Okay, so how do you, keep that, a diverse team like that engaged, and also any retention strategies that you can share with us that really work?
Well, I think doing the surveys once a week is one of them. I think of making sure that we reward their when they do good, not just identifying when they do something wrong, right? Identify when they're doing something good and
Right.
bringing something else to the table. Always leaving an open conversation, having an open door. If I'm in any office, my door's open, it's not closed, and anybody's more welcome to walk in. And all of my leadership is that way. Making sure that their voice is heard, and sometimes that is hard. I mean, I have Spanish speaking employees that I can't talk to, but I also have CMs and like our CEO that speak three or four different languages that they step in and they do things, or they translate for us. So making sure that our teams have everything that they need, really is the secret to it. People want to know and know that they're appreciated. Once somebody doesn't feel like they're appreciated, you lost a good employee.
Yes, you're absolutely right. And, diversity breeds innovation. And we all know that there's a very strong case for diversity in business. So it sounds
Absolutely.
to me like that you and the leadership of roaming really know that. And that's another reason why you are so innovative as a company. Would you agree?
I would absolutely agree 100%.
Yes, yes, definitely. So I know you also have this unique strategy that you're utilizing for tower crews, and it is, I mean, it's challenging, right, to say the least, with our current workforce situation in telecom. So can you talk a little bit about that strategy and how it's working?
Absolutely. So, I mean, it's a visa process, and that's how we're bringing in a lot of our crews. At one point, we could recruit from 84 different countries. We have kind of dwindled that down to the hot spots where we're getting the best technicians out of that. They might have been climbing for 15 years, so they know what to do. The safety standards are going to change. The quality measures, the equipment is going to change, but it's still climbing up a tower and hanging an antenna and hanging a radio. Um, so it's truly been a success, and there's a big team that does this. This is not easy, right? So I mean, if you go out and you get 50 visas to bring 50 technicians over, we or my HR team might interview 500 people to fill those 50 slots. So it's a big process. I mean, so you've got immigration things in there, and the embassies, and so once again, great partners. We have other countries that are working with us.
Right, but it sounds to me like that roaming is ready to perform, right? For their country,
Absolutely.
right? 100%, 100%. I love that.
100%.
So, when hiring leaders or possibly even developing leaders from within, tell me how, what do you look for when hiring leaders, and also that do you have a structure of any sort where you develop and take people from that place of, let's say, just individual contributor to a leadership role?
When I'm looking for a leader, I'm looking at that background. And of course, with my background, the first thing I'm looking at, have they ever been out in the field? What was their progression? I'm not saying that's always the correct way, right? But as an old tower climber, me and Nicola both, the CEO, we can walk on sites and the guys already know that, that we'll grab that harness and we'll go up the tower and we'll help them if we need to.
Yeah.
But it goes along with that. I mean, you can know all about the tower and not have those soft skills to be able to, manage people, because really it's a people business. You
Mm.
have to manage the people. You have to know how to relate with them. How I deal with John and how I deal with Joe could be two different ways because they're two different personalities. So when I'm bringing leaders in, I'm very cautious. And I have two great VPs, and I have some really good directors, and I have wonderful project managers and construction managers, and we have people that we're developing right now. I kid one Alexander. I kid him all the time that I'm training for him to take my job, and I hope he takes it. He's such a smart young man, and so just blessed, to have the talent coming. The talent's coming to us now, but I mean, we're still out there searching and filling those voids, and of course, broad staff's helping with that also.
Yes, I was going to say it's actually been quite easy to recruit for you. So thank you for that,
Great.
because you do, because of everything you're saying, and it's true. It absolutely is true from the people that we place with roaming. So we get asked a lot, especially when I speak. It's all the information on retention pretty much out there is on retaining, white collar workers or management level or director level and above. But when it comes to retaining people who work in the field, right, the skilled laborers that we need
Yeah.
so desperately in telecom, a lot of leaders are baffled. How do we do this? We have 5 come in and 1 stay, and so the retention it's a big challenge. So do you have any suggestions or tips on retaining these incredibly important people in the field?
One simple one on that, and I believe we talked about this before, was flip your organizational chart upside down. Make
Mm,
make the technician one the most important person. Put them on the first page. Uh, don't put yourself. I don't want to be on that first page. I am not the most important one here. The guys out in the field are the most important people at roaming. Make them know that you care, that you understand, that you're going to be there. And work with people. Just make sure you're on the same level. Um, with respect and admiration for each other.
yes. Larry, you are just a humble servant leader, and I can hear it in your voice. And I know we share a lot of the same leadership principles, and so I'd love to hear more about what's important to you in leadership and what principles really guide you.
At this point, the most important thing is what am I leaving? When Larry's not in telecom anymore, and that's not happening anytime soon, of course. But
Don't go,
um,
don't go.
I'm not going anywhere yet. But what am I leaving? Almost as a legacy. The people that have worked with me over the years, what goals have they set? Maybe that I mentored or coached them in something. Um, how is that? What am I going to leave behind that 20 years from now, somebody's on here with Carrie and they say, Larry was, a COO when I was a tower tech one. And I can remember coming out to the field and that drive of making, him making sure that we did all the little things correct every single day, because all the little things will take care of the big things. So
What about you? How has mentorship really helped you in your life and also in your career?
I think it's helped me in so many different ways, being a good father, being a good husband, being a good friend. You know, those things are. I mean, but I was blessed also to have so many good mentors. I wouldn't be sitting here, with you, talking with you right now, without all the people who invested time in me. And that's what taught me, I think, how to be me, right? So and there's many of them. I could sit here and name 10 of them right now that no way Larry makes it here without losing one of them. If I lost one of them.
Wow. Well, Larry, you are just an amazing leader and also an inspiration to me since I've met you. And I absolutely believe that all of your goals are going to be accomplished with roaming. So I want to thank you for being on the show. But before we go, yes, you are hiring, and I know that. We know that here at Top
Right.
Staff. So we'd like to talk about where can people go to find out more about roaming networks and also about the open jobs that you have.
So we have all kinds of positions open, CMs, PMs, even director level at this point. And anybody can go to roamingnetworks.inc.com. And then as our slogan at any of our videos that we do, come roam with us.
Ooh, I love that. Come roam with us. Well,
Right.
this has been a pleasure, Larry. Thank you. We are roaming with you and we love it. And I'm so excited about the future. And I cannot wait to see where you go and where roaming just takes the world in the future. So I am super excited about that. So thank you for being on the show today.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Of course. Talk to you soon.
All right. Bye.
Thank you for listening to another informative episode of 5G Talent Talk, brought to you by RCR Wireless News, Telecom Careers, and Broadstaff Talent Solutions. As we advance into the future, we promise to bring you the resources you need to navigate this ever-changing landscape of 5G to help you attract, retain, and engage people in this new world of work. To access the show notes or leave a review, visit broadstaffglobal.com. Until next time.